You know, things have been going pretty poorly lately. I don't want to sugarcoat that. It's a real issue. But there is one really cool thing that has been happening, and it is the explosion of unionization, you know? Obviously, just a couple of weeks ago, we had a massively high profile victory as Christian Smalls, or Christian Big Dick Smalls, to clear up any confusion, recently presided over a successful Amazon unionization vote over thousands, and then was invited to the White House by Joe Biden, which is pretty amazing. You know, there was a funny little bit there where I can't believe people didn't get this. I'm sorry. There was a funny little bit here where Joe Biden said privately to Christian Smalls. Christian Smalls said this later. He said, he said this to me. Joe Biden said, you got me in some trouble, while like talking with him and smiling and stuff like that. And people, there we go. Yeah. Which I find tremendously funny, by the way, met with the president. He said, I got him in trouble. Let's go. Which is clearly a joke. Shoe down here. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Here's the picture of them together. The drip. See, the Eat the Rich blazer. He looks like an attendee of one of the anime clubs. That I see people Naruto running around, but he looks like grown up into that, like representing it properly. And wow, these two are incredibly short. I did not even pay attention to that before. They are remarkably short. Well, there's nothing wrong with that, but it is noteworthy. And here's Kamala Harris just staring at me. And this guy, what are these two doing? Do not come. Do not come. Everyone else has their masks down. Well, didn't she have COVID a little while ago? Or am I thinking of someone else? We have that. She did? Yeah, okay. So we have that. Wonderful stuff. Phenomenal. Huge deal. Really, seriously, a huge deal. There's also a union fight going on right now for congressional aides. The fight for a union in Congress. Our poor congressional aides. How committed are Democrats to unions when it's their own employees who want one? Curious. We'll see how that goes. Or the unionizing push in Congress stands. Pelosi endorsed the effort. Thanks, Pelosi. We appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, the vote passed in the House. We're seeing that. It's nice to see that representation in office itself. But I think by far the union news that I'm feeling the most optimistic about has come out of Starbucks lately. So we have this furry king over here. Fired by Starbucks, union organizer now wears his fursuit to rallies. Now, I do think you should be able to bully this person, but I also think they deserve a union. So, I'm kind of two minds on this particular one. Michael Vestigo wasn't sure at first if he wanted to bring his fursuit to the union rally. Starbucks fired Vestigo from the Starbucks store in Overland Park, Kansas on April 1st, a week after he and his coworkers staged a walkout to protest unsafe working conditions and retaliation from management against their unionization efforts. That morning, his manager pulled him aside and fired him immediately for displaying violent and threatening behavior. Should have just said firing you for being a furry. I would. Nah, Godspeed. You live your best life, What's unsafe in the Starbucks? I'm trying to think of a funny joke. Really, there's plenty of unsafe stuff that could go on back there pertaining to cleanliness, temperature, hot coffee stuff. It's always possible. So I guess all we needed was the furry support here because the Starbucks union has been blowing up. We have the People's Policy Project here, who I'm not following. I thought I was, but there we go. Talking about the rise in Starbucks unions, which has been meteoric. Look at this. Election filing since August 2021. Then you hit, right here, turn of the new year, kablamo. Election filing's been soaring up to heaven with a decent success rate too. cumulative union wins at Starbucks, and you see also a very, very, very sharp spike. Now, keep in mind, this graph does not follow the same timeline as the previous one. This one starts in August 2021. This one starts in November, which means that this spike you're seeing right here begins right here in April. Right up here in April. And just in the past month and a half, look at that, you know? Diamond hands. So if we were to chart these together, oh, sorry, December, not November, December 12. December, not November. Thank you. So if we were to chart that line going up, it would be right here, starting like right here and zip up like that. See? Right here. Whoop. Now, right now, the number of election filings is around 250. I am an idiot. Thank you. Whereas the number of election wins is at around 55, which suggests to me that there's a several month delay in between the filing and a potential election win. Now, how many of these filings are turning into victories? I hear you asking. Well, don't worry, we've got that too. Total number of workers in the Starbucks union is now up to 1,500, by the way. That ain't nothing. Don't get me wrong, it's still a small percentage of the overall number of people working for Starbucks, but that's a lot. That's a lot of people, you know? And here is the cumulative percent of workers voting yes. And especially in the past month and a half, since we've been getting this news of victory after victory, 80%, 4 out of 5 workers on average have been voting in favor, which is a winning vote if you average it out, you know? What is this graph at the end? The reason why you're seeing a much larger range of data points here at the end is because there have been that many more election votes. Back here, there are fewer because it wasn't being measured with as much scrutiny. Now, this shit is happening day after day. Literally, look at these numbers. This is more than a win a day. You realize that, right? From 10 over here to 55 a month later. That's more than a union victory every single day. The numbers are going up to the moon. Diamond hands. Yeah, Starbucks has nearly 500,000 people working for it, but this is very, 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 very significant. And meanwhile, Starbucks HQ has indeed been, attempting to match, I guess in this case, Israel's ontologically evil. Who else has been ontologically evil today? Republicans. Israel has been snipers. Musk as well. Manchin. Yeah, look, a lot of people are getting added to the pile. Starbucks announced Tuesday it was raising pay and expanding training at corporate-owned locations, but the changes won't be applying to recently unionized stores or to stores that may be in the process of unionizing. Literally, we will literally, to prevent unions, raise pay at non-union locations. I don't even know if that's legal. Isn't that just discriminating against unionized locations? I don't even know if that's legal. Does it even matter if it's legal? They can just break the law if they want to, you know? Yeah, it doesn't matter because they won't get punished, you know? Anyway, miserably evil. And, oh, look at that. Look, the top comment reply. One example of an unfair labor practice is threatening that non-union workers will receive better compensation than union workers. Oh, it is illegal right there. Kill him. Feds, kill him. Now, TOS, Vosh, and Roblox. Of course I meant in Roblox. Jesus. It is insane that we live in a country with such weak labor protections that we can have a law that explicitly says, don't do X. And then one of the biggest companies in the country says, we will do X. And this is some kind of debate. You know, this is not immediately met with a crackdown. Biden said union busters won't get government contracts before. Be cool if you meant it. I don't think Starbucks gets government contracts. Does Starbucks get government contracts? Is that a... Do they serve coffee in the White House or something? I don't know. They do? I'm sure it's something somewhere. Amazon does? Well, Amazon does. I'm asking about Starbucks, though. Oh, there's the Starbucks and the Pentagon and on military bases? Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha.